Yes, yes, yes. I know you've all been waiting for a long time, but look, it's worth it. Not only am I here, but so is the class 86. And I know you've been waiting since 10 o'clock. That did not go to plan. So, just about that, I recorded the first look. All my enthusiasm, everything was in the first look. 3 times I tried to upload it at 5 hours a time to YouTube. And every single time, it failed to process. Don't know what's up with it. I saw someone else commented this weekend they had problems as well on YouTube. So I'm gonna upload it again towards the end of the week. So retrospectively, you'll see my first look after this first look. But it was alright because Animal went off and watched British Ace. So, you know, one of you was alright at least. How is everyone doing? I won't forgive him for that. Actually, no, the ambassadors were laughing. I did post his comment into the ambassadors' Discord, and they were laughing at that. They thought it was amusing. So there you are, Animal. You've got a reputation now. Right, who have we got? G. Dave, I can see. Average Irish. Animal. Mr. Water is back. How you doing? Cornish Rail Productions. Wings and Things. Stace, although I've fallen out with her. Wesley, good evening. Grand Autismo. How are you doing? Matt W, of course. Scott Chego, he's been around for a while. Will W, how are you? Peter Young, of course. Kevin, good evening. And I saw David Drives earlier as well. I've probably missed lots of you. There's quite a few in at the moment. But anyway, we're going to do the first look again. Oh, Great Western's here as well. There he is. We're gonna do it again, and then you're going to see it again later on. Jason, good evening. Yeah, so Class 86 comes out tomorrow, as you all know. A few of you are quite excited about it. I have done a tutorial for driving the 86 as well, which should be coming out straight after this live stream finishes. I'll make it public. I just uploaded it. That's provided that that is provided that YouTube lets me upload it. So anyway, has the stream died? Jason's telling me the stream's died. Let's have a look. Has it died? Is it still going? Wait a minute. Is it still going? Are you still there? Tell me if you're still there. Oh dear. I told you YouTube's playing up. Hang on a minute. Let me look. Let me fire up YouTube. And we'll see if it's running. I just had a message from Jason, which is why I'm just checking with you. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. It's Jason's end. Oh, we're back. Right. Oh my god. This is not a good start. Right. Okay. Oh god. Right. I've got to drive the thing yet, so I want to make sure it's all working. Right. Shall we get into it? And I'll tell you what we're going to do tonight. So first of all, scenarios. So if we have a look down on West Coast Main Line, where are they? Hang on. Wait a minute. Oh, they're at the top. That's thrown me. There you go. Helping Hand, delayed and rerouted. Cross Country Can, the European, and It's Coming Home. That's a football special, actually. I've run that on the PS5. That's quite a good one, actually. So, yeah, there's plenty to be going on with there. And then from the timetable, one thing to say is if you've got the Cargo Line military pack, the 86 does appear in there as well. So it's in both timetables. We're going to run on this one tonight, but there is the 86. There's an additional 36 services for the 86, but it does substitute in for the 87 as well. And here's all the different liveries: IC1 RCH, IC2, IC3. We've got the BR Blue 86/2. We've got the Laurence Olivier, which you can see in the thumbnail as well, with the white topped cabs, and we've got various intercities as well. Yeah. Pretty good. As far as what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to start off with a service, and we're going to come down from Carlisle in this one. I'm going to go for the... Let's go for this one, shall we? We'll go for the plain Jane one. And it's the 11:29 that I want to do, which is this one, Glasgow Central to Poole. Going to do that. I'm going to set the weather to be, first of all, let's put it to December. And I'm going to do light snow. Why not? We always do it in the nice weather, and it's not always nice in this neck of the woods. So that's what we're going to do. Going to run it from Carlisle down to Preston. That's the first thing we're going to do, and then we've got a couple of other things lined up as well. Double Rail, good evening. Alias Liam, how are you? A few people have jumped in. Thanks everybody for coming in. Much appreciated. By the way, this afternoon we hit 22,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for that. That's quite humbling, that is, to be honest. Picking one that doesn't stop at Oxenholme. I don't actually know if it does. It could do. But I'm going the other way. I'm not bad at Oxenholme. I'm going this way. It's when I come from the Preston end that it's a pain. Righto, here we go. So unlock the doors. Let's do that. I'm going to go and get the cab set up, ready to go. So as I said, a full tutorial for this is coming out after this live stream. So if you want to go and watch that. But if you've driven the 87, it's pretty much the same. To be honest, there's not a lot of differences with setting it up and driving it. Just remember that to do this at the back, if you don't do this cab change, you won't be able to move the thing. Let's just cancel that. Then we need to go over here, and we've got the marker lights somewhere. There they are. Headlight is there, so we'll have that on. And then we've got the instrument lights, which we will put... No, not the tail lights, that one. Put that to bright. There's the 08 doing its thing. Then we need the master key. Put it in forwards. Oh, I just love that sound. That's really nice. Right. We'll go into hold. We're already in hold, so we're good. We're all ready to go. We're going to wait till 11:31. Let's have a quick look. Why has it put me to the back? I hate that bug. I hate that. Let's quickly zoom to the front. Let's see what it is we're driving. 86254 William Webb Ellis. I don't know who he was. But he must be famous if he's on the side of one of these. So, let's check the schedule. We are going to Penrith. I think you're going to get Oxenholme, you know. Penrith, Oxenholme, Lancaster, Preston. So it's a stopper. We're going to get the doors locked. I'll catch up with the chat very shortly. Alright, let's do it. We'll start to move. Helps if I take the brakes off. Of course, there's no point in me putting out a tutorial when I'm not taking the brakes off, is there? There we go. We've got power. Let's do it. Once it takes the strain. Come on. That's better. Right, 20 miles per hour out of Carlisle. What's everyone saying? Kevin says, congrats, thank you. Scott Jago, yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Peter's got the nurse back in. Oh, he's alright. He's on the Sauvignon Blanc, so he's going to be fine. Simon, good evening. How are you? Yeah, thanks everybody for saying the congrats. Yeah, that has soon crept up. I'll be honest with you. Where's the wipers? They want the wipers. Is that the wipers? That's quite a big wiper switch, isn't it? Let's put it on run. There we go. That's quite slow, that, isn't it? We'll manage. We'll manage. If we need to turn it up, we will do. Distract him near Oxenholme. That's not very fair, is it, that? distracting me, can't even get there. I think the best thing I've read in the chat is the fact that Stace has been converted to TSW just by watching these streams. That's what I like to see. I'm still waiting to see video evidence of this driving. I'll be honest with you. Because that's where the entertainment will be. Right, we've got our neutral section coming up. So let's make sure we have enough power to not stop in said neutral section. We've got a peak down there. Waiting to come in. There he is. Right, we should have the cab heater on, don't we really? There's the cab heat. We've got a foot warmer as well. Could have the foot warmer on. Let's power down. As the neutral section is right there. And then we'll be on our way to Penrith. 17 miles. The fastest wiper in town. Yeah, it probably goes a lot faster than that. Once we speed up, we might need to turn it up. That's the power gone, as you can hear. It's back on again. There it is. Right, let's go. Let's run it up. I don't actually know if we can spin the wheels in this light snow. We probably can. So I'll just build up the power, I think, as we go. Thank you, Wesley. Thanks for that. Yoshi Trainspotter, how are you? Nice to see you. No, 714 wasn't there for once. Yeah, what's happened? He must be down on the Great Eastern again. He must have gone back home. Seb, good evening. You caught nearly 2 hours of the Aussie stream at lunchtime. You mean train sim driver? Two hours? That how long did he go? He usually does about 3.5 hours, I think, doesn't he? Oh, there's a wheel spin, look. There's a definite wheel spin for you. Oh, look at the sparks. That's wheel spin. Actually, we're wrecking the track, aren't we? Let's just slow down a little bit. Right, there we go. That's better. Maybe I shouldn't have picked snow. We might struggle to get going, but it shows it works. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, there's, as Kevin just said, the sparks are actually... I'm still doing it, look. So, I guess I need to... let's notch down a little bit until we get a grip. In fact, is there a... There's anti-slip brake. Although that's brake, though. I don't want to do that, do I? Sand is what I'm thinking of. Let's have a look. Have we got sand? Drain heat. No, don't think we have. It's still sparking though. Andrew, how are you? It sparks. Look, it's definitely sparks. Look at that. You see it better there. That's me spinning the wheels. And we're going uphill at the moment, so I mean, once we do start slowing down a little bit, and we want to accelerate again, we're going to be in trouble, aren't we? Let's just let me just go down a couple of notches, see if we can grip first. I think it's a little bit less. It's a little bit less. There we go. There we go. Right. And we're accelerating. You can just see on the hood. So the key thing is not to really give it some like we normally do in the good weather. It will spark. I didn't know it did that, actually. That's pretty neat, actually. Tea and biscuits. I always get tea and biscuits one of these streams, don't I? Good evening, Steve. Yeah, this is Overshat. Looks fun to drive. It's a challenge. Definitely try it in this weather. I don't normally go into timetable mode and pick the weather like this. If it's set like this in the journey mode, I'm running the journey mode, then I go with it. But I'm just gonna notch up, notch by notch, rather than run up. It was the run up that caused the problems. We might not stay on time, but there's a surprise. Hopefully the pantograph is sparking as well. Let's see. Yep, don't know. Can't see it. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it is. It is. There you go, the sparks. Physics. There's physics for you. What sand? Exactly what it is. Exactly what it says. Same sand as you've got outside in your garden, in your little sandpit with your bucket and spade. Right, let's put a couple of more notches in, because otherwise we'll be holding everyone up. I think as long as we're still accelerating, we're okay. There's no sparks. We're good. We're all good. Just gradually do it. Does the Preston Carlisle go to Morecambe? Yeah, you can go to Morecambe on this route. Obviously not in this train, but yeah, you can go to Morecambe. Evening, Carl. How are you doing? Now we've got the 86 and 87, we need the 85. They were common in the mid-80s, working freight parcels, release Railtours. I hope we do get some more DLC for this. I hope this isn't it. Look at somewhere like the Southeastern High Speed and all the different locos and units we've got for Southeastern High Speed. I hope there's a little bit more for this. We'll have to wait and see. You're not that childish that you have a sandpit. I bet Stace has got one. Peter says, looking forward to it. Matt P said the other night, takes more driving than the 87 due to less power. Do you know, I've been driving this over the weekend, and I think I must have driven it in good weather every time. And when the first look eventually comes out, probably at the end of this week, you'll probably hear me say that I find it very similar to drive to the 87. But actually, even in the snow, in the 87, I didn't experience what we just saw there with the loss of grip. So actually, he's right. If you've got some adverse weather, then it is more challenging to drive, as we just saw. So I would agree with him. Yeah. Right, I'm going to try notch it up a little bit more now that the gradient's come down. It's really strange because the single notch up, notch down, I only tend to use in and around the stations and at very slow speeds. I don't recall having to use it like this before. Once I get up to sort of 20-25 miles per hour, in the good weather, you're usually able to just to run it up with no issues. But definitely this time we're having to step it up as we go for it not to cause issues. But that's good. I like it. Right, we've got 11 miles to Penrith. We're due in 4 minutes. I think that ship sailed, hasn't it? Oh dear. The 86 max at 100, yeah it does, and it says it up there as well. So 100 is our limit. whereas the 87 is 110. I think we're moving along quite nicely now, though. What we'll do when we get down to Preston is we will spawn on foot and we'll jump in the coaches, because of course part of this DLC pack is the Mark IIF coaches. So what we'll do, we'll take a little ride in the coaches and have a wander up down the train between Preston and Lancaster, which will take us 15 minutes or so. Then what I plan to do after that is go down to the West Coast Mainline South and we'll do a little rail tour from Euston up to Milton Keynes, and we'll run it somewhere different than West Coast Mainline over Shap, just for something a little bit more different. Deactivate a motor for added fun. Are you kidding me? Not on this run. If it blows, it blows. I'm not switching it off on purpose. I'm not that brave. Right, we're moving quite nicely now, I'm pleased to say. KH, there's KH, he's changed his username again. You'll be 71 on Thursday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday for Thursday, yeah. The Mysterious Man, that's an excellent name, that, the Mysterious Man. You're excited to play this tomorrow? Yeah, it's coming tomorrow. Consoles 10 AM, Epic I think about 4 PM, Steam usually about 6 PM. We're on the PC tonight for the early access, but as I mentioned earlier, I have been playing it on the PS5 this weekend, quite a bit actually, and it's been running absolutely fine on console for me on the PS5. I can't speak for the Xbox, I haven't got one, so I've not run it there. But it's been fine on the PS5. So I'm glad a few of you are excited for it. They've put a lot of work into this. I think it's another quality product from Just Trains. Excuse me, got dry throat already. The 87's got a better horn. Is there much difference? I don't know. I might have to bow down to your superior knowledge of that, I think. They sound very similar to me. Bongman, good evening, there's another great username, Bongman. I love it. Everyone's changing the usernames. No, don't, it's too confusing. I'll be able to know who you are by what you're saying, but especially you, Stace. Animal's not changed his, no. Oh, is that what sand is on PC? X? I'm going to run down a little bit now. That's because I don't play on PC enough, but I didn't know that. Well, let me just press X now. Oh, it is sander. There you go. You're exactly right. But what I want to know is, where is the sand? Where's the sand in the cab? There should be a button for it. That's not it, is it? Nope, DSD. I don't know where the sand is. AWS reset. What's this? That's nothing. Yeah, I don't know where the sand is. There's maybe a switch down here somewhere for the sand. Is that it? Yeah, I don't know. We might have to look into that. Right, we're approaching Penrith. Next to the DSD pedal. Of course it is, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. There it is. Yes. Yes. Exactly right. And do you know what? I think you've told me that before when we've been in driving something else. Nick, good evening, how are you? James, nice to see you. They do have different horns. 86 one is higher pitch compared to 87. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Peter wants the class 73. Right, I'm already powered down because there is, of course, a neutral section just before the station, but we're all right for that. Can you put the link in the chat, says Fredzilla. What link is it you're after, Fredzilla? Which link? The link to the DLC, you mean? Because it's not out yet, till tomorrow. The sander is a foot jobby. I like it. Gran Turismo, I nearly call you Gran Turismo then. You sometimes have... Oh, well, I'm going to have trouble stopping now because I'm reading the chat. You sometimes have trouble from this side with the neutral section. It catches you out. Yeah, this is going to catch me out. Look, here we go. Here's the first Oxenholme. I looked away at the wrong time. We might be alright, actually. It's got good brakes. Got good brakes. As you can see. We're all good. We're all good. The Buffy car might have spilt some of the 30 pence pots of tea in the back, but apart from that, I think we're all good. He's overshooting this one. Look at him, but no way. No way. No way. I'm not having it. It nearly worked. I was reading the chat, so you nearly did distract me. We might be stopping slightly short, but, you know, that's fine as long as we stop. I'm going to put the brake into initial so we don't run back. We'll get the doors open. There we go. Boo, we deserve better. You did nearly cause an Oxenholme, yeah. Hey, Wings and Things, how you doing? I saw you sneak in there. How are you? How come you got it, but we don't? That's because I'm an ambassador for DTG, so they send it me early. That I can show you guys the night before. Basically, is the answer to that. It's not an open early access. Right, so we're going to try to do this properly. We're fairly flat this time, but I'm not going to run it all the way up this time. Has the power gone? Right, we don't have power. So what I need to do is reset that. Does that give me power? Still no power. And we're rolling back. There you go. Right, so what I'm going to do is... going to turn that off. And that. Actually, let me put it in neutral or off. That's not doing anything, is it? Let me look at the pantograph. Pantograph's up. I've broken it now, look. I've blown it. Yeah, I've blown it. I wonder if I've blown the... I'm going to go and check if I've blown the motors. Because it's not doing it, is it? Yeah, there's nothing at all, is there? Right, I'm going to go and check in the back. Let me do that. Turn that off. That'd be good if I can't recover it. Let me just see if... I've got banging my head on the roof now. Let's have a look in here. Can't even see. Tripped. Tripped. So I need to set them, don't I? Set is the correct position, isn't it? You always get this on the 87, says Lord Digby. Pants all down and back up, says Prophet Mouse. Could be. Let me put all these back. I know you wanted to see me flick these switches. Hang on. Hang on. So I've done it anyway, and I have blown it up. So we'll do, as the prof says, we'll do the panto down. Yeah, I could hear it buzz. Just put me at the back of the train again. Let's go to the front. Right, so the pantograph is down. Put it up and reset it. That's on. It's dead. It's dead. Oh, I've got no line light. Yeah, the power's completely dead. So let me just have a think about this. That's off. Let me do that. Let me... Does everything have to be off first? Right, the pantograph is still down. What have I done to it? Yeah, the pantograph's not going... No, it's not going up. It's not going up. I've killed it. Reset the train in the settings. Yeah, I need to reset the panto, but... Do you not just... Do I need to hold this for a certain length of time? See, I'm interested in this. If we can't get it going, then yeah, we can reset. But I want to make sure that I know how to recover it. So you have to hold it for a certain length of time. Someone get the manual out quick. Is there anyone from Just Trains in the chat? They can tell me how to fix it. Yeah, see, I think that's not going to do anything until we've... Oh, listen. He's fixed it. He's fixed it. Yeah, is there a doctor on board? Oh, well, that's called trying everything. And do you know what? I bet there was a timeout. I think there was a timeout. We need to. I'm going to look into that because I think. All right, we did a lot of stuff that, well, I did that didn't make any difference. But I think, as the prof said, just dropping the pantograph and putting it back up again. Maybe you've got to. If you blow the thing up, maybe you've got to wait a certain amount of time before it gets going again. I don't know, but I want to find out because there's probably a few people going to get stuck with that, and so it's important to know, isn't it? So anyway, I'm glad we got it going. Yeah, all right, the driver's vigilance device is telling me to get on with it, but right, shall we try that again? Let's get the brake off. There's the power. Go on. I'm going to put a couple of notches in until we move. There we are. There we are. Right, let's just, you know. We're doing at Oxenholme in 25 miles. The timetable has now left the stream, yeah. Oh, God. At least, you know, when you come in one of these streams, I give you a proper look at it. That includes breaking it and getting it going again. Because, I mean, it's biased if it looks good the whole way through, doesn't it? So, there you go. If this happens to you, you might want to timestamp this part of the stream and come back and try to make sense of the big mess that I just had and how I actually fixed it. And it might be worth just having a look how long it was from losing power to gaining power again, in case there's like a 2-minute, you know, timeout that you've got to wait for. So I don't know. Even the prof doesn't know what killed it. It was that extreme braking, I think. Got to be. The only other thing I can think it was I in... I'd have to go back and watch it, but was I in rundown on the... Because we had the neutral section. What I normally do is run it down, then when the power is fully down, I put it back into hold. Did I leave it in power down? Because I think if you leave it in power down, it switches itself off after a while. I'm sure, but I can't remember. I'll work it out, but I'll work it out once I go back and have a quick look. Anyway, we're on our way again, as we got another 86 going the other way. He's not got such problems. He's all right. Oh, dear me. That's neutral sections for you, I think. Yeah, I think it is a cool down, Carl. I think it's got to be that. Eric, how are you? William Webb Ellis was the supposed inventor of the game of rugby. Ah, there you go. Good old Billy Ellis. Wow, created rugby and got a train named after him. That's pretty good. Lloyd Digby said, happened to you 3 times on an 87 from Preston to Carlisle. I don't think this has happened to me before. I think in the Train Sim Classic version it has, but then you just usually have to press the reset button, and it goes again. But I think once again, the amount of detail that Just Trains are putting into these, I think what we just saw is a full-on proper simulated reset of everything that we did to get it going again, which I don't mind. You know, that's pretty good. You think the power was open through the neutral? I definitely ran it down, because I ran it down for about the last 3 to 4 miles, but I think I didn't put it back to hold. I think that's what did it, because I've had that before. Key, how are you doing? Good evening. Did he do it in the snow, Animal, or was he a fair weather? Was he a fair weather ambassador? He's probably watching now. I have to be careful what I say. He knows I'm just pulling his leg. How are you, Ratty? Good evening. You're away for 2 weeks and the Channel 4 support. It's never been back in one piece. I tripped it at the neutral section, did I? Ah, okay. I still don't know how I did though. The power was off. So I don't understand it right now. I'll go back and watch what happened. Right, 23 miles to Oxenholme. trying to work out if it's safe for me to run it up a little bit. I could run it up a little bit. Right, we're not sparking, so we're alright. And we are accelerating. Good evening, Morgan. Sometimes the breaker won't close. That's a feature. That's a good point about the braking. So the braking is using power, isn't it? So are you okay to brake through the neutral section, or does braking in the? This is going to be confusing. Does braking in the neutral section brake the train? Have you got to let off the brakes in the neutral section? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's actually quite technical, isn't it, when you think about it? Good evening, Rob. How are you doing? Oxenholme, your favourite place? Yeah, everyone's favourite place. As we approach Oxenholme, I'm not going to look at the chat though. I'm not going to do what I did just then. We can't have a stop like that at every station. It just wouldn't work, would it? This train is eventually going to Poole, apparently. So it would take about 48 hours to get to Poole, I think, if we did that. Braking through the neutral section trips the electrics, right? Yeah, so I didn't know that. I wonder why that's never affected me before then. So coming into Penrith that way, then the neutral section is right before the station, so you've really got to get the speed down and not rely on it right before the station, which is basically what I did, because I was looking at the chart and then I had to suddenly brake a little bit more than I would. And it's the same at Oxenholme coming this way, coming north. There's a neutral section, isn't there, just before Oxenholme? So that's interesting. For 50k subscribers, we need to do a fan meet-up at Oxenholme. Yeah, we could do that, yeah. It might take us a while to get to 50k. And we're on 22k, so we're doing alright. We're doing alright. We might get there. We might get there. Braking doesn't draw power, it generates power through the rheostatic braking. Right, you see, this is the thing. Yeah. Let's all go and visit Henty's Rail in Poole. Yeah, he'll be down there. Yes, thank you, Jason. Yeah, if you don't mind, click the like button for me. That would be perfect. Thank you very much. Daisy number 2, how are you? You're getting this when you get home from school. Oh, you lost your grandpa last month. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. .80 limit up ahead. Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on it. In fact, we're already in the 80, aren't we now? Right, we've got 19 to go to Oxenholme. It's a little bit dark in this snow, but obviously once we do the rail tour down on the West Coast Main Line South, we'll do that in daytime, so you get a proper look at it from the outside. Just hit a bridge whilst I was in the outside camera. That wiper's about as much use as a cat flap on an elephant house. It's not very good, is it? I mean, you can turn it up, I think. Let's have a look. I mean, it really gives it some when you turn it up, but... You like the look of this one without the cables? Yeah, the RCH ones have got the cables, haven't they? But we will run one of the RCH ones because those cables that come out of the back attached to the coaches, they're all swinging around, and it's pretty neat actually how they've done it. One thing I've noticed as well is that there seems to be, with the 86, there's a little bit more cab sway than there is with the 87. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, it's obviously a design thing, I guess, because I've not gone into the game and changed the cab sway settings. It's always on the same thing, but it's swinging around a bit compared to the 87. What's the nameplate on the 86? On this one, it is William Webb Ellis. Quick shout out to these nameplates though. I love how they've done them in 3D like that. That almost looks real, doesn't it? With the reflection on the side of the 86. Right, 16 to Oxenholme. You like the outside bellowing view, yeah? It does look good, doesn't it? The Slash 2's got upgraded suspension to allow 100 miles per hour running. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's bouncing around a little bit. Can't really see it in this. There you are. You can see the suspension now, look. We are approaching Jap Summit right now, so on the other side I can let the power off and we can coast it a little bit. Then of course we've got another neutral section at T-Bay that we need to get through. I did shout out a nameplate, yeah. You'll get this. You've started playing it this week. You'll soon know you need to shout out a nameplate. There's still somewhere outside the track that has got a kink which throws the loco around. Where is that, Rob? I think there's yeah, Nick. I think there's 59. I think there's 59 different 86s in this pack. I think, and they'll randomly, appear. So get one of the old Ian Allen books out. Take a photocopy or a scan of the page so you don't mess it up, because it's going to be an old book, and as you drive each one of these, cross it off. Right, I'm going to put the power controller in hold. I've took the power off. We're going to coast it. You need to make up time. I think that ship has sailed, Wesley. I don't think we've got any chance of that. Not staying within the limits, we haven't. When they entered service, they were limited to 75 because they were causing track damage. Yeah, I read about that in the, I think it was in the manual I read about that. I think that's largely why the 87 came out, wasn't it? I'm going to beat 140 down, chat. Oh, dear me. Well, I could do, but I guess we need to stay within the rules, or I will be on the tea and biscuits. And we do have to try and stop at Oxenholme as well. Or is that what you meant? You wanted me to get to 140 and then not be able to stop? Quick look around the cab. Cab light switcher at the back. Got the hot plate. The machine room lights there, if I can just highlight them. Yeah, corridor lights, etc, etc. A heater. That's probably needed. We've already got the foot warmer on. We've got the train heat as well. That's the train heat off. The train heat on. Let's put that on. Delay repay. Yeah, they're going to be paying out a fortune, I think. Do you get compensation on your membership if you're late? Oh dear. That'd put me out of pocket as well. I'd end up owing you. Andy, good evening. There should be 57 in the pack. Minus 204, 261, 201 destroyed at Colwich. I thought I heard him say 59, but you could be right. You could be right. I think it says in the manual, actually. I think it does say in the manual. $93 watching. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the madhouse. If you've only just joined us, we've blown it up once at Penrith. But we managed to recover it. We're coming up to the neutral section, but I've got the power off already. So we should be good. No drama this time as we come through T-Bay. And the best spot on the route, apart from Preston, which is Loon Gorge, which probably looks quite pretty in this snow, actually. There's the neutral section. Let's take a look. Looks pretty good. No, don't mention a 50. Don't mention the class 50. I thought we got away with it. Somebody asked, will we be going in the Buffy coach? Yes, we will, once we get to Preston. In fact, we'll have a walk through the whole train. We'll go Preston to Lancaster as a passenger. We'll just go through the whole train so you can have a good look at the inside of the coaches as well. Put a little bit of power back in. Keep the bias going. What do you mean? I've missed something. Chat is moving. The chat is moving quite fast, so if I miss anybody's comment, apologies. DP175, how are you? What loco am I most hoping for next? Don't know really, because I've got all the ones that I think I've got all the ones that I wanted. I'm just trying to think. I wanted the Pendolino for ages just because I go on it so often, but we got that. Yeah, it's a good question. I need to have a think. Put the power controller back in hold. Oh, a 50. Animal says a 50. Of course we need a 50. We do. We need a 50. Actually, Deltic. The other one's a Deltic that we always talk about. A Deltic is what I want in TSW. How could I forget the 50 of the Deltic? We talk about it every week. Deltic. I've made my mind up. Deltic. Right, 6 to Oxenholme. Yeah, and a more modern freight loco. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we talk about that quite a bit, don't we, as well? That's missing at the moment, isn't it? A 90. Wings and Things says a 90. You'll set Dave off. Be careful. Don't set him off. You think a class 73 is going to... What did you hear in the live stream? In a live stream? It wasn't a DTG live stream, was it? Or was it? Or was it somebody else's live stream? Will Just Train's next route also feature Preston? Now there's a thing. I don't know. It's a good question. I know you've had enough Animal of your northern stuff, but 2 out of 2 so far have got Preston. So yeah, I don't know. Could be. Could be. '91 and DVT would be nice, yeah. Did I get the Japanese bullet train on TSC? No, I didn't, because you know when you mentioned it, it was about 2 minutes to 6, and then I went to get it at the cheap price, and it had gone back up to about 26 quid or something like that. So no, I didn't, but I have put it on my wish list for next time, because I did fancy. I did watch a couple of streams about it after we did the one the other night. So yeah, I will get it when it comes down again. I just missed it. Right, let's have some breaks. You Northerners get everything. Riviera Lines when? Yeah, that's true. Riviera Lines, yeah. That's got to come at some point, hasn't it? Riviera Line, with how popular that is. I would have thought the Riviera Line would come at some point. But which era? of Riviera line, because that would be an important choice, wouldn't it? There's on Train Sim Classic, there's a couple of different eras. Would it be HST or something different? I know you lot like your HST down the Riviera line when we've done it in TS Classic. We have got 3 miles to Oxenholme. I am not going to be distracted. Out of every station that we have got on this route, I am not being distracted at Oxenholme. So, there you go. So, stand by. You're in Spain when Manchester came out. Is it any good? I think it's alright, yeah. I quite like it. I think it's good as well for a first effort from Alan Thompson. I've put quite a few hours into that as well. Transport East Anglia, good evening. And Jackson's Trains, how are you? I saw you in before and I forgot to mention you, so apologies for that. I know you've been in for a while. Distract him quick, says Bournes. Monty, good evening. Woodhead Line. Woodhead Line again is a popular one in TS Classic, isn't it? And I think that's got 2 different versions in TS Classic as well. The same thing would apply there. Which era? There's the electrified and the non-electrified, isn't there, in TS Classic? I have both of those, by the way. I quite enjoy them. Right, we've got a mile into Oxenholme, the spiritual home of this channel, for all the wrong reasons. Another 86 heading north. Just trains can do Preston to Birmingham and get someone else to do a modern post to 2023 North Wales coast. You want to see some proper modern units? Oh no. And now I'm reading the chat and I said I wouldn't. Here we go. It's a full Oxenholme. It worked. Oh my god. It worked. You got me. Oh dear me. I'm never going to live this one down, am I? Technically we're still in. Go on. You did it. What did I say to you? I never struggle with Oxenholme coming this way. I cannot read the chat. Right, everybody alight on the back 2 coaches. Oh god. Oh god. Well, it's nearer a stop than we did going the other way. I think on the other side we went straight through, didn't we? There's Hentis. At least you never fell asleep. Oh god. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, straight through. History has just been rewritten. I'm probably the only person to overshoot on both sides of Oxenholme. Can you hear the guard's whistle? He's so far behind me, I can only just hear it. Oh, dearie me. Right, okay. Fun's over. Said I wouldn't read the chat, and I actually got interested in the talk of all these new lines. I've blown it again. Have I blown it again? Oh no, we're going. We're all right. We're good this time. We're good. We're good. I thought I'd blown the engine again. There we go. Right, we're safe this time. Lord Digby says, great overrun. At least one carriage in the station. Oh, God. And you wouldn't think straight after this I've got a tutorial coming out on how to drive the Class 86. I should have renamed it How to Drive the Class 86 When You're Not on a Stream. Oh, God. I'm never going to live that one down. Lancaster's next, by the way. If you want to go to Lancaster, everybody make their way to the back of the train. The front carriages are just for sitting in, not for getting out. Right, we are downhill, so I might be able to run it up a little bit without sparking the wheels. Lord Digby's laughing now. Tutorial. Signal passed at snoring. That was brilliant. If anybody has not seen that, Hentis, who is in the chat, is another one of our ambassadors. And the other week he was doing a stream, a TSW stream, fell asleep, was snoring really, really loud down the microphone, and somebody in his chat had to wake him up via Discord. It's brilliant. The recovery is brilliant when you actually walk up, Hentis, and try to cover up the fact that you've been having a nice little snooze. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Go and have a look at his channel. I'm sure you clipped it, didn't you? And now look, I've missed the neutral section. It's alright, we'll sort that out. Yeah, go and have a look at that because it's hilarious. Right, power controller off. Let's reset this. There. At least that was easy. I'm regretting the fact that I picked snow. It looks nice, but you look for the fella sleep stream and you couldn't find it. I'm sure he clipped it. It's in the... Yes, it is. If you have a look on his channel, he did a TSW6 release video, like a short video, and the main part of it is in that video. He fell asleep waiting for TSW6. It was hilarious. That I wasn't in the stream at the time, but as soon as you mentioned it and you showed it me, listen, I might not stop at Oxenholme, but there's no way I'm going to top that one. That's brilliant. Good evening, Southwestern. How are you? When am I going to do a tutorial on how to Oxenholme? Yeah. Mr. Water Legend. Thank you for that. £2 for the Oxenholme. If I can make £2 every time I Oxenholme, I'm going to be a rich man, aren't I? Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Right, 15 to go to Lancaster. We will eventually get to Preston. I think you should try again with the distracting at Lancaster. This is going very well. You're meant to come here to be serious about trains, Autismo. Not distract me. That's terrible. Evening, Terry. How you doing? You'd like to see the TPE 185 in TSW 56 Manchester Airport route? Yeah, the 185. We could go for that. Yeah, that's a fun unit to drive on TS Classic. And used on a lot of routes as well. Oh, he's time stamping it now. Look. Oh, 2 hours. That's the one for Hentis, is it? That's the Hentis one. Recommend me read every message in chat. Which ones have I missed? Are they all Stacey's ones? Don't want to speed down the hill, so... Testing my concentration. No, that's gone already. That's gone. If I managed to overrun Lancaster, you'd be both impressed because it's also quite a long platform, and also the bridge over the River Loon gives me an early indication that I need to stop. So, Joe, good evening. How are you? 86 in for the 86. Is that how many's in? 86? Excellent. Thanks everybody for coming in. Much appreciated. I was trying to give you a very serious look at the 86 where possible. I'm not doing a very good job of that, but hopefully you're enjoying yourself anyway. I do try to play it seriously, honest. I manage in the videos where I'm not streaming, in the recorded videos, I mostly manage to drive seriously. You may notice. Live streams are a little bit different, with people putting you off and trying to get you to sail through Oxenholme and fall asleep at the desk and all that good stuff. The stream paused. Did it pause? Hopefully not. Oh, Stacey's enjoying herself. That's the main thing then. Right, let's try and accelerate again. I'm still quite impressed as we came out of Carlisle. I'm still quite impressed with the sparks we were getting from the wheel slip. I thought that was very good. Serious when I'm not being sabotaged. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, yeah. Yep, see Animal, thanks for coming in. We won't be getting such dramas. There is no Oxenholme, so we'll see how we go. But first, when we get to Preston, we'll have a look at these coaches. YouTube is buffering. Oh dear. Hopefully, it's not my end. I'll try and sort it out if it is. Make sure nobody else in the house is doing anything. Because that can sometimes happen. YouTube's having problems today. Yeah, it's been, as I said, for me all weekend. I couldn't get the first look to process, unfortunately. So I spent an hour and a half recording it. I spent another hour putting it together. And then it wouldn't process for some reason. Right, that was Carnforth. We've got Hessbank level crossing. We'll have a look what Morecambe Bay looks like in the snow. And then we'll be at Lancaster. Been problems with Instagram as well this afternoon. Yeah, I know YouTube's but not been good at all, really. Last couple of days. I don't know what's up with it. Plus my connection is pants anyway, as you know. So it could well be this end. So apologies if it's struggling a little bit. Yeah, it's meant to be at 12:29 into Lancaster, but that's gone. Right, here's Hessbank level crossing. There's a very nice Chinese chippy just up there. You can actually see the shops there on that corner. So if you ever do find yourself up here, there's Morecambe Bay. Looks a bit ominous, doesn't it, that? Right, I'm going to run down for the neutral section. I've probably left it a little bit too late. Yep, I think I did. See if I can. No, I've not got a line light, so that's not gonna work, is it? So let's do that. I've probably broken it again. I have. I've not got the line light. So we're coasting. Morecambe Bay looks snowy in the snow. Right, we have no power, so I can recover. But we'll just pay attention to this red first before we do that. I've had some challenges tonight, I would say. Yeah, still no power, so I want to keep an eye on this red. Then we'll sort the power out. There we go. Got a yellow. See if we can sort it again. So put that to off. Put that there. Right, the pantograph's down, so here we go again. You must have to wait. There must be a cool down period. Put the handle to off. I think it's in off. Yeah, it's in off. So the only thing I haven't done is the master key. So meantime, I'm just coasting in because we might be able to sort this out in the platform. There we go. It's back on again. So I'm fixing it, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not really... Is that what it is, putting it in forward? I'm not really sure how I'm recovering that, so I need to look into that. But essentially it has recovered, so we're good. Yeah, a couple of you are saying it's the master switch needs to be in forward, so that's probably what it is. Right, let's run the power down. Put it back into hold. Got a pacer over there, ready to go to Morecambe. Quite a long one as well, look. Morecambe's a popular place when it's snowing, it seems. I don't know what it'll be like though. It'll be pretty grim in Morecambe on a day like this, I think. It's buffering again, is it? Oh, that's not good. Right, open the doors. I'm just going to check once again in case anyone's doing anything. Oh, apparently other people in the house are lagging as well. So there you go. It's something to do with the internet, I think. So we'll persevere and we'll see how we get on. For now. Right, Preston platform 4 is our next and final stop. Let me know if it's really bad. That's just typical, that. When we're having quite a decent stream. Yeah, my internet's terrible. My upload speed is at most 7 or 8 meg. It's terrible. Which is probably what is largely responsible for it. Right, we've got a 10 over these points. Joseph, good evening, how are you? Yeah, we're going to have a look at the coaches when we get to Preston. I mean, I'm not being judgmental, but that guy shouldn't be in first class, should he? He's not dressed for it. Two twins there. Right, anyway, let's go. Best stream ever not. Oh, it's so cruel. It's a good job you're a paid up member or you get kicked. Right, coming out a little bit fast, but the speed's going to change very shortly. There we go. Yeah, it is a wonder. Yeah, it's not a very good connection, and it doesn't help when anybody else is in the house and Netflix is on and whatever else. You know, that will have a further problem. Tintin will do anything for the money. Steady, steady. Right, let's see if we can get to Preston in one piece. We've got one more neutral section to negotiate. Let's just make sure that we're not sparking the wheels again. We should actually see while we're going uphill whether we can spark it. Shall I put it in run up? Let's see if we can spark the wheels again. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But like a Black & Decker angle grinder, look. Right, so out of interest now, if I sand it... Oh look, it is actually... The deceleration is coming off. Although saying that, we are getting we're getting level, aren't we? Let's just see if we can accelerate. Slightly. If I take that sander off. Yeah, it's spinning again, you see. There you go. It's pretty neat though, isn't it? Yeah, as Matt says, it's pretty neat. And I honestly didn't know it did that. There's going to be a hot axle and all sorts. Doesn't matter if it's snowing. So I'm going to bring that power back down again. And we're going to try and make it so that we can accelerate the proper way. The sparks have stopped. So let's just notch it up a couple of notches. Just build it up until we're accelerating again. That's the first time you've seen it tonight. Oh, we did it just outside Carlisle. I gave it the beans, and because of the snow, it was doing it. So yeah, it's pretty good. So we kind of found that by accident, but that's what I was saying about the Just Train stuff. I don't think they told us about that in the live stream, but you know, that's the kind of little detail that that is in there, that they've implemented. Your proper physics. Network rail needs to replace some rail. I think the way that I've accelerated at Carlisle and there, and the way that I hit the brakes at Oxenholme, I think they might as well just tear up the whole West Coast main line and re-rail it. Have I got the timetable mod for the Cross City line? No, I haven't, but I saw it was on there. There's a few requirements for it, I think. But no, I haven't got it. It looked alright though. I saw it. Your neighbour at the Yorkshire Holiday Cottage installed Starlinks, 70 quid a month but worth it. Mind-blowing speeds, yeah. Like I've been saying the last few streams, they've had the grids up in the street, and they've been putting in the super fast stuff. It's just not live yet. I think Virgin Media actually has gone live, but there's a few different providers putting the cabling in at the moment. So it's not long off. I don't want to go with Virgin Media, but I'm not far off getting it, I think. Yeah, definitely created a flat spot. I suppose you can't hear the wheels blunking around. Right, I'm going to run it up a bit. We'll try and get up to a decent speed. No spikes. So we're safe at this acceleration. So yeah, Preston, we'll go and have a look through the coaches. We'll take a quick trip. I don't know if we'll go all the way to Lancaster, but we'll take a little trip in the back and go and look at the Buffy Core, etc. first and second class. Then we'll head on down to West Coast Main Line South. I'm gonna run a rail tour, just a free roam. I'm gonna run it on the on-track simulation timetable as well, so there's plenty of traffic. So on the modded... Whoops, I wasn't meant to do that. On the modded timetable. Oh, 500 meg upload. That's just like heaven. Yes, we'll be on the West Coast Main Line South. Yeah. $15 to go. Have a little flyby of the coaches. Quick look in the Buffy car. Alright, 13 to go to Preston. The 19 to 20 upload as well is pretty good. You lot are all on fibre and I'm still on two ends of string, I think. Well, we'll bring the power down a little bit as we approach the 100. So, whoever said at the beginning this is a bit more of a challenge to drive, excuse me, I would agree with them. It is in the weather. Try it in the weather when you get your hands on it. See how you get on. Going to drive it in a blizzard. Or if you drive it in a blizzard, let me know how you get on. There's the last neutral section, by the way. Because that will be a challenge. I just picked light snow for this, but definitely in a blizzard. That's a whole lot of not getting a grip, I think. So yeah, let me know how you get on with that. DSX 425, good evening. You might have to grab this, and the West Coast mainline overshot looks fab. It is, yeah, it is. It's still my favourite route, as most people know. And when we get, when we get another DLC like this on top of the, what is already been my favourite route, then obviously I get to drive it all again. Not that I've stopped driving it. This and Blackpool Branches, probably my most two played routes. It used to be Southeastern High Speed. That's quite a high level in Southeastern High Speed, but now these two routes, Blackpool Branches and this one, are the most played. Yeah, 8 miles, 6.7 miles to Preston now. Yep. Yeah, see, you're alright with that pizza, though. Yeah, I'm too far from the exchange to... I'm meant to get, I think, 76, up to 76 download if I'm right near the exchange, but I get 40 on a good day. And I think upload is about 20, but as I said, I get 7 or 8, so... Too much copper, I think, between me and the exchange. Five to go. That's Morton Station on the right. Actually, I was up here the other day. I could hear a 66 just sat here in this loop. And it was there for ages. Very distinctive, isn't it, the 66? Let's face it, we've all driven the 66 enough, haven't we, in the experiencing world to know what it sounds like. Even if you've never seen one in real life. Yeah, but there was one there. It was an intermodal. I had a look over the bridge. Morton Station isn't there anymore, by the way. It's somebody's house now. The building's still there. Right, we are coming into Preston. Once we get down to about 2 miles, everyone wave to me mum on the left. Matt W, what a star. Super chat for delay repay for Preston. Legend. I think I probably owe you all more than £2 each for this delay repay. Thank you for that though, much appreciated. Ying 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 ying, says Nick. I think you've all gone mad. Right, we'll run it down, shall we? Because just before St Walburg's we got the 35. There's my old school. Hello, Mum. My mum's over there. She watches these streams sometimes, you know, just to see if anyone says anything. That's a true story. Right, we can see St. Warburg's. That means get the speed down. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're all crazy. He did that to go back to the top of the leaderboard. That's just cruel saying that. That is cruel. I think a super chat actually does launch you. It's a bit like cheating, isn't it? It does launch you to the top. I've noticed that. That skill must be ancient. Yeah, they put the abacuses away before we drove past, then you couldn't tell. And the little chalkboards. Right, here we go. What was that you were saying about 66 action? Yeah. We haven't seen any 66s tonight, of course, wrong era, but... Here we go into platform 4. We have to watch out for the red at the end of the platform. I can hear a whistler. There's 47s. There he is. That'll set Peter off, listening to all those engines over there. Right, let's make sure we make the stop. Once you put that brake on, it comes on very, very swift. Not swift enough at Oxenholme, but oh, don't bail on me now. Come on. Even creep to the end. None of you can start arguing about super chats. Everyone tried to get in first place. Yeah, that was funny. That was quite funny. It's that top fans thing. It's got you all going crazy. Yeah, there's not much room between that marker and the red, is there? There's a big multi-storey car park here now. This was the old sidings. All this land was all sidings, even before that building there. That used to be Debenhams there. There was an Asda in there as well before that. But all this was the sidings. It was a massive sidings. Yeah, and under there, see that bridge? The line used to come out of Preston Station, used to go under there and off to Blackburn. That's where it used to go. That's why there's a bridge there in the middle of that car park. It used to come from these platforms and used to go out across here and straight under there. Now, if you want to go to Blackburn, you go off out of the end of here, and further up there, you go off left after the river to get to Blackburn. So there you go. Bit of history for you. But we got to Preston eventually. That seemed to take ages. Oh, we did it though. So, right, we're going to have a look at the coaches now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back all the way out because I did pick a time to get out on foot. Yeah, you didn't know that, Kevin. Yeah, if you have a look online, you'll see all the photographs. It was a massive, massive sidings, honestly. And then they just took everything out and flattened it, and now they've built up on it. There is still a car park there, but they've built up on most of it now. There's a multi-storey for the train station. Preston Station's car park is now like a 6th-floor car park. Yeah. Right, on foot, and we're going to spawn in at 9:55, I think. And we should shortly have something coming in straight after. We'll see. I think, if I've timed it right. There's a new homeware store in Debenham's Place now. Yeah, there is. You're right. You're exactly right. Here we go. Preston Station. Let's have a look. What we've got on the front. We've got 86, 224, Caledonian. Let's just have a quick look. Edinburgh Waverley is this one at 9:56. So we'll have a quick look, shall we? So here's the Mark II F. So we'll have a look in here first. In the old brake van. There's the engine. Bit grim in here, isn't it? Train lights. You can operate the train lights there as well if you need to. A little light for in here as well. Does that work? It does indeed. We've got the communication cupboard. The public address. Sounds like we're off. There's the driver to go at call button. So let's close that. We'll keep wandering. That made him jump. Oh, it's a full house, isn't it? Right, so we'll just stay on here as long as we need to have a look. That's private. I don't know how that works in the event of a fire. I'm assuming you're allowed out of there if you need to. I know they knock the windows out, don't they, if there is like an emergency, but have we got the old rubber section in between moving about? It is moving a little bit, look. First class. There's the route up to Blackpool. Let's carry on. Don't know if these windows open. Don't think so. There's the alarm. Can't pull the alarm, unfortunately. Only people who jump with a fur dodgers. Watch you get locked in while the train leaves. No, that's what we're meant to do. That's the plan. That's what I'm showing you. Oh, don't worry about that. Right, off we go. The toilet's engaged. Yep, you can't get in there. That's out of bounds. Let's carry on. Got the racks for the luggage, of course. There's not many seats, is there? Let's have a quick sit in standard class. Oh, we're just going past my mum's again. There you go. There's the school. Right, let's carry on. Because these, I always say this. I spend that much time driving. I don't really come down and look at the coaches, and of course, part of this pack, one of the big draws of this pack is the coaches. In this case, so I'm going to see if I can, not on stream obviously, but I'm going to see if I can actually take a journey, you know, like this, and see how far I get without getting bored, because there's only so much sitting around you can do, isn't there? But it's worth doing. I don't know about some of the dress code though. I hope we get some new characters. I know it's like a small thing, but it's the same people every time, isn't it? Right, here we go. Everybody can put their order in now. She's very severe, isn't she? She's not even smiling, look. Do you shrug her shoulders then? The good old days when the seats lined up with the windows, yeah, that's true, yeah. Taking my time to get to the buffet cart. It's the price list that's the best thing. Where's the price list? Let's just check it out. Buffet tariff as available. See, this is what got me. The tea, a pot per person, 30p. I thought it was brilliant. Bovril, butter, rolls. Don't talk about rolls. I don't want to know about rolls, buns, lime cakes. It says rolls on here. It must be a southern train. Cereals, plural, with milk. So they're basically, you know, trade description. They're making sure that, you know, you're not getting one cornflake. 22p. Portion of cheese, biscuit and cheese snacks. Biscuits, there you go. If you're on this train, 8p for biscuits. What else have we got? We got a slab of cake. We've got fruit pies, especially for Stace. He likes pies. We got preserves, soup. Soup's only 30p. That's not bad. Boiled or poached egg. How's she making that? Where's the? Is there a kitchen somewhere? How's she making the eggs? Right, there's no sort of like kitchen area, so I don't know how she's making the eggs. Cheese roll or sandwich, half a round. Cheese and tomato, ham roll, sausage rolls, potato crisps, pork pies, cold ham and salad, £1. That's expensive, isn't it, compared to everything else? Please note, all sandwiches are offered curled as standard. In case of difficulty, please call for the chief steward. Failing satisfaction, please write to the manager. British Rail Catering, King's Cross, NW1. That's pretty neat though, that, isn't it? Pretty neat. We got mineral water. What else have we got? Apple fizzy drinks. We got skill issue chocolate. The prof was after some of that. Plenty of chocolate. This made me laugh. Paps. We best not ask this woman about her paps. Extra cream biscuits down there at the bottom. We got mint cake, of course, on this route. That's a good choice. But yeah, there's your sandwiches. She's not got many customers, has she? Someone's left the empties here, look. Salt and vinegar crisps. Not bad. Is anybody eating? Nobody's ordered anything, look. There's the heaters. Remember those? They used to absolutely boil you out. Turn those on. You regretted it, didn't you? Let's go through to the back. Plenty of toilets. These ones are not engaged. These ones are occupied. These are special ones. Wow, there's plenty of toilets there, isn't there? 1, 2. One there. 3. Not that I'm toilet spotting, but... Curly cheese butty. There's Kevin. Yeah, make the eggs. Prepare the eggs is what I meant. Yeah. Paps and baps. Oh, God. Yeah, this is West Coast Mail and Overshat. By the time we've walked through, we might be at Lancaster. But I thought we'd just have a look at these coaches before we go down south. You can hear the squeaking of the coaches together there. Yeah, it's busy, this one. Now, really, that light, the toilet light, should light up, shouldn't it? It's a minor point, but I bet the toilet out here is engaged, so that should be lit. But that's a minor thing. I'm prepared to let them off for that. Yeah, there you go, engaged. There must be an electrical malfunction with that one. Let's keep going. Plenty of revenue on this service, I think. First class, instantly there's more room, as you can see. Let's have a look where we are. I think we're near Gorstang. Let's have a look out this side, see if I can see the motorway. Gonna have a job with that embankment. I think we're at Gorstang anyway. So we'll keep going till we get to the back. This looks like the back now. This one's private. So if we look out the back, we're at Scorton is where we are, just outside Gorstang. Scorton village is over there. So we're actually nearly at Lancaster. We may as well stay on to Lancaster, and then we'll get off, and we'll go down to the West Coast Mainline South. What do you reckon? Is that normal to have? Actually, this is another guards van. Is it normal to have 2 guards vans on these? Because we had one at the front as well. So let's just take a seat there. So much more room, and these seats look fairly comfortable as well, don't they? We always have a discussion about today's seats being like ironing boards. Not with these ones. See where we are. We should be approaching Goldgate. And then Lancaster. So actually, we can look at the map, can't we? So that's where we are. And there's Lancaster. There's Lancaster. So we've not got far. We'll keep walking. We'll go back up to the front, I think. Crazy Plane Spotter, how you doing? Will it be £20? It is £20 for the DLC. So you get the coaches, you get the 86. Yeah. Lots of toilets were required because of the onboard food back then. Oh, that's why, is it? Toilet spotted. The lesser known sequel to Train Spotted. Good old Lancaster, he says. Yeah, absolutely. Chris, good evening, how are you? You think this train split at Carstairs? Ah, okay. You can actually see it if you look down. You can actually see it going into the curves as well. We probably won't get another curve. There's actually one just outside Lancaster, but you should see it up there snaking around once we do hit the curve. We'll see if we can see it. There you go. There it goes. It's funny because it follows on. You can see it straighten up again. Make its way down the train. It's pretty neat, isn't it? Hello, Key. How you doing? You're definitely getting this crazy plane. Excellent. That's good. The first class seats reclined, did they? Right. That's. I did think that because if you look, the headrests are not quite headrests. So it did make me think, did they recline a little bit? Right, let's go up the train again. Because we are nearly there. Let's just check again. Yep, there's the station. So it won't be long. Let's just take a seat until we get off. So if you pick this up tomorrow, do make sure you have a little ride along in the coaches as well. It's quite interesting. And you can always do it and put your AirPods in. You took your grandson on his first Great Western 800 Hitachi yesterday. Paid for first class, so you don't have to mix with horrible people in cattle class. Were the seats any comfier though in first class? Front train to Glasgow, rear to Edinburgh. It did say Glasgow and Edinburgh. I can't remember. Was it? Did it just say Edinburgh Waverley? I can't remember. Can't remember. X seats are genuinely awful. You can just seat without sitting in them. Yeah, we've had this conversation a few times, haven't we? Right, there's the canal, which means we're right at Lancaster. So I'm going to do what everyone does. I don't think I can stick my head out the window. More's the pity. Because that's what everyone would have done. They would have leaned out of the window. He's coming in fast. Oh, but we're not stopping at Lancaster, are we? That's Lancaster, everybody. That's Lancaster. We're not stopping. Either that or he's Oxenholmed it. That was Lancaster. I probably should have checked that before we set off. Anyway, right, enough of that. Let's go down to the West Coast Main Line South, and we'll go driving again for the last section. We're going to jump onto that OTS Winter 2019 timetable, and we're gonna run the 86 on there. So let's go. Choose a route. West Coast Main Line South always lurks down the bottom. There it is. So again, this timetable, we've played it a couple of times. This is a mod for PC. If you are on PC, it's a free mod. You can pick it up on Train Sim Community if you wanted to. I'm going to spawn on foot 10 a.m. and shall we go with the dynamic weather? It's still July. Let's do it. And I'm going to go to platform 14. I'm going to spawn the 86. I'm going to spawn the 86 there. Yeah, it was. Yeah, by Lancaster. Oh, can you lean out the guide window? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, Oxenholme was funny. I don't like this about Euston. That's not prototypical at all. If you saw that little comparison video that I did of the real Euston and the TSW Euston, you'll know that that is not realistic. Anyway, platform 14. We're going to spawn in the 86 here. And we're going to go up to Milton Keynes, so we'll walk all the way to the end. Then we've got enough room to spawn the train in. 10:46 is the next one due in on here, so we'll be well gone by then. We pass all these pendos. We'll just go up to just before the signal. So I think probably about here should be enough, I think. So if I quickly go 86. Let's do... I said I would do one of the RCH ones. Let's do... we won't do a blue one because we've done it. Shall we do the Intercity? We'll go for that one. Right, so we can't do that one because there's no... Where's all the coaches?
Please do not smoke until you have left the station premises.
Have a look. Oh, there, we're going to have to go for the blue because it's the only one that's got It's the only one that's got formations, I think. Let me just check. Right, so that one's got... That's not an ICH one. Let me just have a look. I wanted an ICH one so you could see the cables. But none of them have got formations. Let's go with this one. We'll go with this one. Intercity. We'll go with the Intercity. We want loaded 11 Mark II Fs. So let's do that. We need to make sure we got enough room. There we go. Wait for it to arrive. And we got 227, which is Sir Henry Johnson. So there we go. Let's get on board. And we'll get set up. Set the path to take us up to Milton Keynes. So let's get the map up. Do that. Do that. Then we zoom all the way out. All the way up to Milton Keynes. And that's Milton Keynes, isn't it? Yeah, that's Milton Keynes. So we want to be on this platform, really. So we'll set that there. Right, perfect. So we're straight through to Milton Keynes. So we're going to go and set up the train like we did. So first thing is the vigilance. So DSD, that's that done. Back to the front. Then we'll have the AWS on and the cab change. A nice this. We'll have both windows down as a pen door just gets ahead of us. Let's get the lights on. Marker lights first. Headlight. Then we've got the instrument light. Okay, cool. What's next? Master key is next. Put it in forwards. Now, we don't need to pick up passengers because this is a free roam, so it's not required. But you know what? Let's do it anyway for a few seconds before we get going. We love the AWS sound. I love the sound of the actual 86 itself. Really good. Right, let's close those. And we can take off the brakes. Watch those brakes come down. And off we go to Milton Keynes. Now, I'm hoping we don't get any grip issues with this, being as we got rid of that snow. But we'll see. "25 miles per hour out of Euston." That looks quite special, that, doesn't it? Right, we've got two yellows and a red, so... In fact, it's just turned to a yellow. We're probably waiting for this this one coming in over on the right. Nobody wants to be on that thing. They want to be on this. Wesley, it's your last week at school. Not bad. Not bad at all. Big long summer holiday. I remember those days. Nice line-up waiting for us. Everybody stopped to see the 86, look. Looks great, says Matt. It is, isn't it? It does look good. Look at all these liveries as well. Look at these liveries. Look, we've got a right mix going on. You can do a lot of train spotting on this timetable. Right, let's head out of London. 44 miles up to Milton Keynes. The driver's desk looks good, actually, lit up like that. That's the first time I've seen that, actually. I like the lighting on the dials. Look at the lighting on the dials. Very nice. Right, I think we can run up a little bit and not spark the wheels. The Virgin pen door. There is a run-up. Yes, there is. Let's just make sure we don't go over the 50. We'll get it up to speed once we get to about Wembley-ish. I can see some of you chatting amongst yourselves. You carry on. Right, we can take it up to 80 very soon. Yeah, so the Buffy car will be open on this train as well, all the way to Milton Keynes. Right, now we'll run it up. Just put it back to hold. You wish West Coast Main Line South was set in the Virgin Trains era. Excuse me. Yeah, I quite like the Virgin Train stuff, although you probably notice on the other streams the liveries tend to turn up because I've got the Creators Club liveries, so we see it a lot at Manchester Airport, the Virgin Trains Pendo. It was becoming a bit of a joke, wasn't it, the other week? Every time we looked at the Manchester Airport route, the Virgin Pendo was there in Piccadilly Station. Right, I thought we were going to get a red coming up then, but we're all green, so we're good. Joseph says, Intercity Swallow knocks all eras out of the ballpark. You like the Intercity Swallow? Speeding a little bit. So our max speed is 100, remember. So once we get permission to do that, that's what we'll do. Wesley says Manchester Airport commuter is an awesome route. I've been quite enjoying it, yeah. I have been quite enjoying it. There's the Freightliner 66. Bit of 66 action there for Stace, with the Wembley Arch in the background. To go. Right, through Wembley we go. So yeah, the first look, I will try and get the first look out. You'll have to keep in your mind that it was the first look, even if you're looking at it as a second look, if that makes sense. But there'll be all the usual excitement when I'm first playing it. So I'll try and get that on the feed over the next couple of days once YouTube starts behaving itself. It's about an hour and 20 long, that video. So if you want to watch that, that'll appear on the feed straight after this. I'll make public the tutorial for the 86. Believe me, it goes a lot better than it did tonight. So you might enjoy that one as well. It's only a short one. It's about 9 or 10 minutes. And I just drive it out of Carlisle over the neutral section and about a mile or so past the neutral section, just so we can have a good look at starting it up, getting it going, dealing with the neutral section, and then coming to a stop. So that'll all be in the tutorial. So that'll be straight after this. Closest a Preston fan will get to Wembley this year. Probably right. That's probably right. G27 was an Anglia loco, had the Union flag painted on it for the Jubilee. It's interesting, isn't it? That I'll have to Google that. You forget how old these are, don't you? And like sort of where they've been and the different liveries they've carried and names and funny, they've been everywhere. Here we go, here's a bit of a chase. There's only one winner. Used to love the 0050 Euston to Liverpool. Took 6 hours, dropping off newspapers all the way. Catch it after a London gig and sleep in a Mark 1 with the door jammed. That's a good story. If YouTube is having issues, the adverts are working fine. Very good. Very good. Welcome back, Prof. So it's nice, this 86, just like the 87. When you get it in a cruise, it's just nice. Bit more of a challenge on the Shap route, obviously. And the snow, should you want to add it. Kevin says, great locomotives, English electric are the best. Yeah. It is nice. Sound, just the sound is so nostalgic. But once again, thank you everybody for coming in. Highly appreciated. I always quite enjoy doing these early access ones. They're good fun. And hopefully they also make you anticipate the release tomorrow that little bit more if you plan to pick it up. That's the aim of the game. Right, this is Bushy, my favourite station name on this line, which means that Watford is coming up around this curve. Prof, you're 100% picking it up. You've been putting off driving the West Coast Main Line over Shap until it came out, so that's good. So you'll be able to drive. So if you've got both, you'll be able to do the 86 and the 87. And I don't know if you've got the military pack as well, the cargo line pack, but you better drive that up there as well, because don't forget that's another DLC we've got pretty much for West Coast Main Line over Shap. I was doing another 2 hour run, excuse me, a weekend in the 47 on the West Coast Main Line. You're giggling at the station name. What, Bushy? Bushy Hearts. That's probably why it's my favourite station. Not because it looks good, it just sounds good. If you didn't love your job so much, you'd throw a sickie for this tomorrow. You'll have to wait till you get home. If a TSW route or loco is a JT product, it's bound to be good. Yeah, hopefully you've been able to see that tonight. Although Dave, that reminds me, GE Dave that is, I think you said there was something you didn't like about it that you were going to mention, that you'd spotted. I think you were saving it till tonight. I don't think you've mentioned it yet. There was something you said you didn't like. And don't tell me it was the menu in the Buffy car. Got a 377 action. Did you not say last week there was something you weren't keen on? Or was that all it was? Ah, okay. I thought you said there was something about the DLC you didn't like, but you were going to save it and mention it tonight. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Hey David, Richie Rail predicts North Wales as the next UK release with TSW 6. His logic makes sense, and you agree. You'll be made up if it is it's your home route. What can I say? I don't know if it'll be. I don't know if it will be. I don't know if it will be that at all. He likes his prediction videos. He did. I remember he did one last year, as well, which was quite funny. And he had 0 correct. And I pulled his leg about it. But he gives a good argument. I mean, I don't know if it will be the North Wales coast, but if it is the North Wales coastal, that'll be very welcome. Although that is a very long route, isn't it? I think if it isn't the TSW 6 route, then I think at some point, like the Riviera line that we were saying earlier, I think the North Wales coastal will come out at some point. I'm sure of it. It's quite popular in TS Classic. You were just being grumpy, Dave. I've got you. I thought you had something. You surprised me. I thought you were going to say something really serious about it, which is not usually like you. Passing the best train operating company there on the right. Yeah, passing being the operative word there. We left him for dust. I'm actually stuck the other side of the fence here, the invisible fence. Right, 22 to go. I'm hoping we haven't got any kind of congestion once we get to Milton Keynes, because was that a neutral section that I just went over? Power's coming down. Are neutral sections a thing? Are they working on this route? I didn't know they were working. Not sure. Something happens. The power went. So just applying power again. I completely forgot what I was saying now because of that. Wesley says Calder Valley as the next route. The undisclosed route with the teaser of the crew through lines picture. Yeah, that's by that other developer, isn't it? The new developer. That's definitely, I don't care what anyone says, that's definitely crew station. That teaser picture. DSX, you're annoyed the GW remaster has been pushed to TSW6. Yeah, and still, even then, it doesn't say when it's coming out yet, does it? Keeping my eye on these signals. That 350 had its front gangway open. I didn't notice that. That'd be a bit drafty. Prof, you think something in the GWI region, the deluxe loco being a Voyager to go with it, will be interesting. And then, of course, if you have a Voyager, then you could potentially have a Voyager on the North Wales coastal. No, not Star Trek Voyager. She's off again with a talk about Chakotay and the dream sequences. Carl, you would definitely get TSW6 if it included North Wales coast. So don't forget, when you say you'll get TSW6, don't forget if you've got TSW5, you can get the starter pack, the upgrade to TSW6, the core, for free. You won't pay for that, not for the first few months. I think it was September to January last time with TSW5 that was free. So you can, if you're on TSW5 now, you can upgrade for free. Just the routes that you will pay for on top of that come with it. But I see, I get your point. If North Wales course on there, you would buy some of the TSW6 content. You're in the new place now. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you got Sky TV, Netflix, and you're watching this instead. Well, I appreciate that, Joe. Thank you very much for that. It's been a good stream, actually. It's been an interesting stream, hasn't it? I'm sure everyone's going to agree. Have you ever been to one of these that hasn't been interesting? And I mean, not in a factual way. You don't really find anything out. It's just an interesting stream. You think DTG will use the Great Western license to the max? I think they probably should. Yeah, Matt, another vote there from Matt for North Wales coast. I think we'd all enjoy North Wales coast. It's got a bit of everything, hasn't it? It was only a few weeks ago we did the nuclear flask run in TS Classic, didn't we, down the North Wales coast? That was a good stream. In the class 68, I think it was. So yeah, that same route in TSW will be nice. And of course will be our second route in Wales as well. And it could join up with crew, and then whatever that new route is that showed crew station, hopefully one day there's a way to join all the routes up. I love how the panto, I don't know if I do it under this bridge, but as you go under the bridges, the panto comes down as well. It's quite neat. Let's just see if it does it. There you go. Go down a few notches. Not actually dropping enough, so we'll reduce it. Wow, something, do you see that? Something flew through the windscreen then. I don't know if you caught that. I don't know what that was. There was a bit of scenery clipped through the windscreen, which was in the route, not the loco. I'm going to run it right down. Just for a while. There we are, down to 100. We got 11 miles into Milton Keynes. $57, yeah, $57, yeah. Dragging pendolinos on Holyhead runs would be a must. Everyone's talking about North Wales coast now. Make sure you get it on the forums and the suggestions box. There's a lot of you talking about North Wales coast. It's like, you're like school kids, you lot. Oh, 33s along the North Wales coast. About time we had a BR Blue class 33, by the way. Just saying. Instead of just the green one, or at least the ability to give it the Creators Club treatment to get a blue one. Yeah, which stream was it, Peter? Wait, I asked you that before. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you heard me ask you, and I might have missed your response. But whose stream was it that mentioned that? The sleeper would be good. I could go for that. Scotch Egg, I am a school kid. Oh, we got the rain started. Here we go. Right, let's have a bit more of our friend, the slow wiper. It's got this last 8 miles into MK. Oh, there's a mod, is there, for the blue 33s? Ah, okay. That's interesting. I might check that out then. As they're not dropping Gen 8, I think we'll get the Disney World loot on the Gatwick Airport shuttle. Good evening, Si. How you doing? Passed out your MP12 driving along the North Wales coastal, 47401 to Llandudno. Excellent. Ivor the Engine. Yeah, I used to watch that. Ah, okay, I've got you. I've got you. So someone was audio recording, yeah. I don't know about that story actually, the 73. That's why I was interested. Like we all didn't know TSW6 was coming. I told you when TSW5 was announced. I told you to expect TSW6. Like I'm going to say, expect TSW7 next year. I don't think you need to know it's a thing to kind of know that it will come every year. I think it's just a standard thing. But as I was saying earlier, also don't forget that you'll get the upgrade to TSW6 for free. So that's all the stuff in the core to upgrade your game to 6. So the only thing is that the bundles that you get that come out at the same time as TSW6, you know, you'll get a massive chunk of DLC for basically the price of, you know, a third possibly of what it would normally cost. So really, if anything, it's a good time really. If you like your trains, you know, and if you're one of those players that buy stuff when it's in the sales, maybe when a bundle comes out that cheap, maybe you're tempted to go for the bundle, even if it's just once a year. I don't know, that's my take on it. I'm going to slow down a little bit. If you go too fast, the stream will end quicker. So, we're not in any rush. Yeah, TSW7 next year, you heard it here first. I was watching one of Richie Rail's streams the other day actually, and I think he said something I'd not really considered before in the way that he said it, and he was saying that you know, really you have the core TSW, and then let's say you get, you know, West Coast Mainline over Shat. That route is a game in its own right. So you would just pick the things that you're interested in. So rather than it be like a joined up thing, if you like running up the West Coast Mainline over Shat, you'll get that one and you'll treat it as a game within TSW. And I think he's right. I think that's a good way to think about it. So rather than it being just an add-on for TSW5, think of it as a whole contained game within a game, if I'm making sense. I think when I heard him say that, I just thought, actually, yeah, he's quite right, because you can get a route in TSW and it'll work without needing anything else. Obviously, if you've got other routes, sometimes you get layers, so you get a bit more out of the route, but there's no necessity to have the other stuff that comes in the layers. So I thought he hit the nail on the head, really. Right, we've got a couple of yellows coming up. 1.6 to go. So I'm hoping we get as far as the platform without being stopped. I never make sense, yeah. Okay. .1 mile to go on tonight's epic journey. around the West Coast Main Line in various places. And it looks good. Looks like we can get into the platform, no problem, which is good considering the amount of traffic there is on this timetable. When you slot one of these free roam services in the middle, you don't quite know whether you're going to get there or not without having to delete a train or two, but we did it all right. Let's just make sure we don't spad this final one. What a lovely wholesome one it was too. The stairs. I hope you mean the stream. Si, you've not really bothered with TSW for a while, so you're hoping TSW 6 can get you back into it. I think that's an important point. I think a refresh of the core every year will sometimes attract previous players back as well, because they wonder what's new, they wonder if anything's changed. So that is another good point, really. It's ended and it's made you sad. You got a love-hate relationship with the internet. Accessibility of everything is good, but as a professional, ex-professional musician, you absolutely hate it. Yeah, I get it. I can understand that too. Yep, thank you, Carl, for that. Yeah, glad you've enjoyed it. This is Milton Keynes. So I'm going to open the doors because this is a free roam. It's not going to end on its own. So finish the stream with a spad. He says, no, it's never going to happen. You got your Oxenholme. You got your Oxenholme. Yeah, don't worry if you were late to the stream. No, it's absolutely fine. Scooby, how are you? Have I tied a weight to my foot to keep me from hitting the roof on this 86? Yeah. When you get to see the first look, which will come later in the week, you'll see how excited I was. YouTube kind of ruined the moment a little bit for me, but no, I'm still as excited. It's a great product, honestly. If you're picking this up tomorrow, enjoy it. I'm sure you will. There's a lot to do in it. You can rediscover the West Coast Mainline Overshap again. Do what I've just done. Run it like this on the West Coast Mainline South. Anywhere else where it will run, try it, because it's a great experience. Thanks for coming in the stream tonight. It's been a good one. Hope you have all enjoyed it. I'll be back soon with something else. And yeah, have a great rest of your night. The nurse has been sent home, says Peter. On that thought, we'll leave it till next time. Cheers, everyone. I'll see you later.